Hi, bro. Welcome to Bali. And
Thank you.
How long has it been? How are you finding it so far?
I'm loving it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's been 3 weeks. What date are we on now?
We are on the 21st of July.
There you go. 3 weeks today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. It's different from the Cardiff life.
Yeah.
Obviously trying to jump on the mopeds and rip about in those chaotic streets.
Yep.
But yeah, I love it, man. It's
Yeah.
good. I'm enjoying it.
So what have you found? What was the reason for, yourself sort of coming out here and, giving this sort of different way of working a go? And I know you've been through, we'll talk about kind of what you're getting up to at the moment, which is really, really exciting. But yeah, I think it'd be interesting to start with kind of sort of the lifestyle side of things of coming out here and what's that been like working out here and how have you found everything?
Yeah, it's definitely different. And one of the main reasons why I wanted to come out here to Bali, Kaylee wanted to come out as well. It was definitely a group decision. Was just a change of scenery,
Yeah.
nice weather, cheap living. Go to a place where we can both feel inspired. Go to a place where there's like-minded individuals. We can network. We can build friendships. We can build working relationships. And it sounds weird, but just to get away from my friends is healthy for me because I'm trying to like build a business. I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to be as productive as I can be. And I feel like sometimes I can't be as productive in the UK. I could easily just do the same thing, and I could have quit my job and done my company, co-founder of the company, but focused on empirical training in the UK. Could have easily done that, but why not come out to Bali?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place, and hopefully I am inspired, and I can do well out here.
So I'm interested to kind of dig a little bit deeper in. You said, "Oh, I could have done this in the UK."
Yeah.
So what were those signs that made you think, no, this is not the place? What were those kind of motifs that kept repeating that you thought, I can't be here and we need something else? I know it was a group decision, joint decision, but I'm curious to kind of dig around and find what they were.
I'd say the daily grind in the UK is, it can become a little bit stale.
Yeah. Sometimes.
The weather obviously doesn't help. I love the sun, love being in just hot climates, and I definitely think that COVID was a catalyst for me. I felt super vulnerable. I felt isolated. You remember the days of you have your one walk. You used to feel really guilty when you were walking around Cardiff on your second walk, and you couldn't see your friends.
Yeah.
Or you were socially distancing when you were seeing them, and there was I don't know whether we can talk about COVID now on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
it's fine.
So. I think so.
Cheers.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm not going to be like talking anything political about COVID. It was just that time.
Yeah.
Was an eye opener for me, and I just realised that I've got this burning passion inside of me that I wanted to start something of my own, and that was the kicker. That was the moving parts to where I am today, really. And just talking with friends, I'm somebody I've always got ideas.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about them to my friends, talking about it to my family. It's always this, that, I'm going to be doing this, going to be doing that. And my notes are chaotic in my phone. I'm sure you're the same.
Yeah.
You have ideas in your head and you just write a load down. You've got company names and website ideas, and I'm always thinking of different ideas. So I was in a cybersecurity job at the time, my 9 to 5, working for a corporate business. Loved the company called Clarinet. If I wasn't doing something on my own, I would still be there now, and probably be there for a long time because they treated me really well. And I just like being there, like the people. It's all about your surroundings, really. But when I first joined Clarinet, it was in summer 2019. Yeah, summer 2019, and we didn't have any customers when I first joined. So we had to build a cybersecurity service and an offering from scratch, from thin air, essentially. And I did it. We brought some people in. It was such a good learning experience. But along the way, it was I just kept thinking, I could probably just do this on my own. If I think of the amount of work that I put in alongside a lot of people that helped, don't get me wrong, it wasn't just a solo effort, but it was just giving me the confidence that I needed to push on and realize that if I can do this here and take a company from zero to X amount of clients turning over millions of pounds, then why not apply that same amount of effort, knowledge and experience and networking and try and build something for myself? And that's why I started Empirical Training. But another reason why I started was because I didn't come from a cybersecurity background. We spoke about this off camera. I had a business in Cardiff. I ended up selling that business due to circumstances that there's no point in really discussing on the pod. But I was in a very strange place in my life at that point. A bit of a low space. I'd say I'm quite strong in my mental fitness. Everybody has dips. You've got your mental fitness, you've got your physical fitness. But at that point, it did take a little bit of a dip, but that was short-lived. And I realized I needed to make another plan. And I just had a family friend that was working in cybersecurity. And he said, do you fancy getting into the industry? I'll mentor you. I'll teach you everything that you need to learn. And I'll give you the step-by-step guide of all the fundamental knowledge sets, matrix, topic modules, concepts, whatever you want to call them. We broke it down. We compartmentalized it. We didn't look too far forward into the future. And that was something that I thought was going to be a good idea. So I agreed and I said, yeah, I want to do it. I want to learn a skill. And I was so fortunate that he was there guiding me through that whole process. And I got an opportunity at a firm, at a cybersecurity company. They saw something in me, clearly, because I didn't have any experience, but I've got a lot of transferable skills. I talk about this all the time on some of the videos that I put out. It's so important to showcase your transferable skills because even if you don't directly have knowledge or exposure in a certain vertical, if you can showcase that you've got transferable skills, that's also really useful. So they saw something in me, they gave me a shot, and I was ever so grateful. And from that moment on, I just climbed the ladder in the corporate world and managed to get to a managerial spot through hard work, playing the corporate game as you do, but just outworking people, putting your hand up for everything. Plus, I was in an industry where you've got these very talented, they're so smart, these individuals that work in cybersecurity, these cybersecurity analysts, but some of them aren't very customer facing, whereas I'm customer facing. So that was a great solution for me. It was like, right, I just need to learn this technical part. I've got the customer relations part down. I can call customers up. I can go meet them. I can sit in a room with them. I can converse. So that was just the perfect formula for me. And that's why I rose up the ranks so quickly up to a managerial spot, is because I was just putting myself forward for everything. But I was the underdog. I was the person that was down and out and needed a leg up, needed a helping hand. So that's why I created Empirical Training. I've got 7 years of experience. The other guys have got like 7, 8, 9 years experience. We've got, I think, collectively about 30 industry certifications. So we've got a lot of experience, and we just want to give back to the community and help people break into the cybersecurity industry.
Okay, so man, I love that. I think there's loads to talk about there. I want to ask you a couple of questions that I'm going to put on the back burner. One about mentorship, one about offer creation. But I think it'd be really interesting to talk, with Empirical Training, what is the big mission? You said you want to give back to the community. What is it? What do you want to give back? How did you get there? And, with your team as well. Who are you helping? Who are you serving?
So right now, it's kind of two parts, because we're really enjoying putting out this content to the general public of how to stay safe online. And that's definitely a contributing factor as to why we've grown so quickly. If we just stayed super niche and only put out content that's directly related to being a cybersecurity analyst, then we wouldn't have as big of a following as we do. And I'm fully aware of that. But the mission statement is, it will always remain the same. It's to democratize education. It's lowering the barrier to entry for people that want to learn a skill. You don't have to go to uni. You don't have to get yourself into 60 grand's worth of debt. You can network with the right people. You can join some really core, small communities of like-minded individuals that all share the same goal, sit these online e-learning courses, and still be able to break into the industries that you want to break into. And I know that some people might come for me in the comments saying, well, you can't do that if you want to be a doctor, or if you want to be a lawyer. Yeah, then you're probably going to have to go to uni, mate. And you're going to have to get yourself into tens of thousands of pounds worth of debt if you want to go into that vertical. But there are certain verticals like cybersecurity where you don't necessarily have to go down that route. You can if you want to. There's still that traditional route of going to college. I still think that it is a good idea to go to college because there's loads of benefits there, right? Like, you're still going to learn a lot. There's going to be really like extensive syllabuses that are relating to cybersecurity or any topic or any vertical that you choose to go down. Plus, there's that social element as well. Like, I've got friends for life that I met in college, and I don't regret going to university because I've, again, got friends for life. But yeah, we're just trying to help people get into the industry and lower the barrier to entry, so you don't have to break the bank. You don't have to be in tens of thousands of pounds worth of debt. But right now, because all four of us in the company from the background of the blue team, which is defending networks for customers, that's the first course that we've created. So our first course is a SOC analyst entry-level course, which gives you the tools and exposure and experience and training that you would normally receive in your first 8 weeks of training in a corporate business. And that's really useful, because if you sit our course, you can get a job in a corporate company and you don't even necessarily need to be trained for that first 8 weeks. You will, because there's going to be a lot of proprietary knowledge and tools potentially that companies use that other companies don't, that you're going to have to get used to. The people, the processes. Like, we can't teach like a single individual company processes, right? But the concepts, the security concepts of a blue team role, we will be able to give you that information because we've lived it, we've breathed it, we've worked it, and the guys are still working now. That's the beauty of having 4 people in a business. Yeah, I've given up my 9-to-5 corporate job to focus full time out here, but the other guys are still working their roles. So they've still got that, they're still in touch. And I'm not saying that I'm not in touch, but they are living and working live incidents for customers right now, which gives us a big advantage for sure.
How broad do you think you're going to go with sort of, the different syllabuses, like what you're going to offer? Are you going to keep it in a particular niche, or are you going to, with the big long term, is this going to cover, everything that you could do at university as well?
That's a great question. And that's one of the reasons why I called it empirical training, is because I don't want to just be pigeonholed to one thing. I don't want it to just be like cybersecurity blue team, because then we're just going to have one course. It's going to be super small, and that's not a bad thing, but it would be amazing if we could scale and provide more courses for more people. And right now, there's still a lot of unknown variables, because I don't know. It would be cool if we could keep it cybersecurity, technology, business, finance. They're kind of all in a similar vein. I feel, but it might just stay those 3 verticals. To be honest, but if it could be the next Squarespace, no, not Squarespace,
Skillshare,
Skillshare, or Udemy, that type of company where it's not just one vertical, it's multiple.
Yeah, and I suppose once you start having those just kind of countless case studies of people going through straight into a position in industry, straight in, like that's, you know, and then other companies are going to start paying attention as well and going to be like, right, what's this training these guys are going for? Can we put, you know, can we search for some guys? You've almost got a pool of people that, companies can pluck out of. So I think, it's really, really exciting. You mentioned that you've obviously grown online considerably. Now today, 100K.
100K on Instagram.
Followers on Instagram. So
yeah, man.
How long's that journey been? How did you get to this point today? What's that process been like? Because that's no small feat as well, growing, following on social media like that.
Yeah. Just quickly, I want to go back just one step before we talk about that. You were saying about having like a network of people that companies could pluck.
Yes.
From our pool of candidates or customers, if you will. We're going to partner with recruitment companies.
Okay.
So it's going to be that sort of end-to-end life cycle for somebody. You come in, you join the Discord, we'll assess where you're at in terms of your skill set and your knowledge matrix.
Yeah.
We'll help you ensure that you've got the right fundamental knowledge to be comfortable enough to sit our course, because you have to have a prerequisite knowledge set to sit our course, but we'll make sure that you're there. We've got like a leveling system in the Discord. Then you sit our course. Then we're going to be partnering with recruitment companies, which gives them direct access to live jobs that are in the industry. Yeah, so that's the plan, and hopefully it's going to be amazing, because not many companies are actually doing that right now. Like actually partnering with recruitment companies.
So almost sort of that mentor that you had, you're kind of systemizing. You're kind of systemizing a lot of that process that you went through kind of personally with him. You're kind of opening that up to a lot of people and kind of formalizing it as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I didn't really think about it like that.
Yeah, but it is, because it's that link, isn't it?
Yeah,
because I suppose without that mentor that you had, those doors wouldn't have opened as quickly.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of, giving people that opportunity to kind of fast track into an industry, like it's connection, isn't it? Into the industry.
It is all about who you know.
Yeah.
There's a mixture, isn't it? You have to know a little bit about something as well.
Yeah.
But it's about your connections. So turn up, right? I've got an interview.
I know him. Yeah.
I know him. I don't know anything else.
You're right. Yeah.
So I got the job. Yeah. Did he give you a bit of?
A little bit at least.
Yeah. Yeah,
nice.
that's the plan. But going back to the social media stuff, it's been a whirlwind. It's been absolutely crazy. We started in February. I think it was like the 1st of Feb. We kicked off our strategy for social media, and I was actually in Australia.
1st of Feb 2023.
Yeah. Kicked it off then, and the lads were just doing it in the background whilst I was on my jollies. I was out there for a wedding, and I was watching and thinking, oh yeah, this is cool. But nothing was happening at that point. It wasn't like kicking off or anything like that. But yeah, we meet every week, every Tuesday. I have to get up at silly o'clock when I'm here to get up, but that's fine. But normally when we're all in the UK, we meet every Tuesday. We've got action points, action lists. We have our little homework that we go off. We talk about strategies and how we're going to adopt certain strategies for the company. And we said, right, if we're really going to do this thing, we need to post at least once a day, if possible, twice a day. And that's bloody hard to post twice a day. So that's the power of having 4 people. I couldn't have done it on my own. And it wouldn't have been as fun or as satisfying if I was on my own, because then who would I be celebrating with? So we said we're going to post once a day, 100%, if possible, twice a day. And then Andrew Jones, one of my co-founders, brilliant person, so smart, so intelligent. He was already working at the first place that I got a job at And we've all actually worked at the first company that I worked at for cybersecurity, a company called Alert Logic, now Fortra. Brilliant company, brilliant people, brilliant managers, love everybody there. Jones had already started a TikTok and Instagram finance page. And he's called the Wealth Creators Club. So he'd already been implementing social media content strategies for like the past 2-3 years. And he's done really well on his pages. Like, I think he's up to like maybe like 40K, 50K on TikTok and Instagram, which is amazing. So he'd already got that confidence of shooting in front of the camera, getting the hooks. Like you've already talked about, like the sexy model when you're like creating content. So if we didn't have him, I think we would have struggled, because he was our guide. He was our mentor, if you will. So he just said, right, let's post once a day, twice a day if we can. We brainstorm concepts. We've got a Discord, but we've got internal chats as well. So like every week we'd be like, right, here's some inspiration. Here's what I'm going to be doing. Here's the videos that I'm going to be making. We've got a Trello as well, where we talk about who's working which concepts, and we don't want to like step on each other's toes or duplicate work at the same time. So yeah. And then the last part, which is the reason why we grew, was our repost Saturdays. And it feels strange that this is okay to do on social media right now. And again, people might be coming at me in the comments, you can't be doing that, but we've already done it. So it's done now. Yeah. It's literally done. But repost Saturdays, it's as simple as it sounds. You find some content that's already been posted out there on the internet that's either done really well or gone super viral that fits your niche. Okay. It would be pointless if I was posting videos about someone making or building a car, because I'm in cybersecurity. It has to be cybersecurity related content. You download their video and then you just repost it and you tag them and you say repost from @ you have to credit them, you have to tag them. Otherwise the algorithm gods and the social media police will come for you. And then you post it and because it's already gone viral, so the algorithm will just push it through again. It's already seen it and knows that people enjoy it, so it just pushes it back out to everybody again. And you just literally exactly the same. You don't do a reaction to it. It's just just that. And then that was the first, like one of the first ever reposts that we did, got like 10 million views on TikTok. No way. And then overnight we gained like 80,000 followers on TikTok. That's crazy. We were like, this is insane. I'm like getting goosebumps thinking about it, like, because I'm still reliving that moment. We went from like 200 followers on TikTok to like 70, 80,000 in a few days. And it was insane. You have to ask Kaylee, I was up in the middle of the night scrolling and like refreshing. And I was like, oh, another 5,000. And then she's like, go to bed, you weird. It was weird. It was a bit strange. And then I got over that initial, because it's never happened to me before. It was exciting. It was like a massive hit of dopamine. Yeah, I bet. Now it's subsided. What was the reel or the video? It was a girl called Ray.nbows, or Ray, I think she's at Ray, R-E-Y on TikTok. She's like a cybersecurity, I think she works in cybersecurity, or she's like a networking analyst, or she's in the industry anyway. She works for a company and she talks about some like controversial topics like Edward Snowden. People really come for us when we were posting the Edward Snowden stuff. Right. And she talks about the dark web, and she talks about interesting websites, privacy-based stuff, all stuff that the algorithm really loves because it's controversial and people comment and people argue with each other in the comments about it. Like you can imagine Edward Snowden, he's very polarizing in the US. So and that helps the algorithm. Yeah. Like people are wondering why are we posting the content. Well, it's interesting, and two, if it sparks a debate in the comments, obviously. Perfect. Yeah. And then we were getting hate saying that, oh, these guys are Snowden fan babies. And,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, we just posted the content. We didn't
Yeah.
even say whether we liked him or whether we didn't like him.
Yeah.
But you're always going to get,
Yeah.
that's the dark side of social media. It's great having like 600,000 followers now, but the trade-off is you get people DMing you horrible shit.
Tell me some of the horrible shit you've been DM'd.
I don't know. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but just they come for you personally,
Yeah.
like they attack you personally. They say that you're a fraud. They say that you're inciting violence when we're just posting about cybersecurity related topics. We get like hacker for hire. They'll message us saying, "Oh, we'd like to hire you guys to hack someone."
Oh, really?
Yeah, we get that a lot. We get that probably at least 5 times a week.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And how much do you charge for that?
Well, no, we don't condone that. But we basically just say like that's not our company policy. Sorry, we can't help you. But yeah, comments. We get bad comments, but for the most part, it's okay. I feel like we do all right.
Yeah.
I feel like we do okay. In the grand scheme of things, when I see other people on social media, I'm not really that worried. In the beginning, I'd put a video out and somebody would scrutinize that video, like the breakdown of it, like from a technical perspective, somebody would like question that and question my knowledge set. That gets to me more than somebody saying I look like Cousin Greg from Succession.
I've not seen it.
Yeah, you've got to watch it.
Okay,
but he's hilarious, and I love him. He's actually one of the main characters. I get loads of doppelgangers.
Right. Okay.
John Stones, people call me in the comments.
Yeah.
No
one.
I get Cillian Murphy. No one's when I was out in Australia. There was this Italian girl, and she said in the same sentence, "You look like Tommy Shelby or James Blunt."
Or
James Blunt. She's like, I can't make up my mind. I'm thinking you should have just left out James Blunt.
Yeah, I can see a bit of it. Yeah, nice.
My mate messaged me the other day saying that he reckons I look like John McAfee. The McAfee antivirus.
Yeah.
Terrible show. But anyway, I get doppelgangers in the comments. And people just saying, "Oh, you're a fraud. You don't know what you're talking about. Have you even been in a cybersecurity job?" And that's fair enough because they don't know much about us as people. We haven't really posted about our personal lives or our CVs or what companies we used to work for. If they're clever enough, they can just search me up on LinkedIn and they can see that I've done 7 years in the industry. And you can't really fake that on LinkedIn nowadays. You probably can, but I'm like specifically posting that I've worked at a certain company for a certain date, and like the companies can like rebut that, can't they, on LinkedIn? So yeah, you can search all of us on LinkedIn if you want to find out our credentials, to know that we are legit, we have worked in the industry, and we've got really cool connections with people that work in various different companies all across the world, because Alert Logic is worldwide and we had a US counterpart. So I know loads of the guys out in the US that have gone on and worked for like SANS and all these big companies. And yeah, we've got some really cool contacts. Plus I do some cybersecurity consulting on the side for another company. And with that means that I've created a mass network of cybersecurity recruitment companies, like in the 20s. And we've got, basically, I work alongside these guys that used to be in the forces, and they've got these really cool connections. So they have clients coming in saying that need specific cybersecurity related services. And then I've got my long list of recruitment companies that I go to for that problem. We provide them with a solution. Obviously, now how it works with taking like recruitment fees, agency fees. We're essentially an agency.
Yeah.
But I'm a technical broker is what I've coined my title. But I'm just kind of a recruiter in the middle as well.
Yeah.
But we're just facilitating services for people. But it means that I've got a big network of recruitment companies that we're going to partner with once we go live with the course. But I feel like I've gone on a massive tangent. To bring it back to the start.
No, this is great.
We want empirical training to scale at some point.
Yeah.
But just to start with, it'll be one course, and then we'll look to be creating other courses. We might not necessarily be creating those courses, but we'll be working with experienced professionals in the industry that want to either have some sort of passive income or step away from their like full-time 9-to-5 role to create courses to give back to their community.
That's awesome, man. When's that going live, and how can people get involved with that?
Yeah, so we haven't got a set date, but hopefully January next year.
Okay, January next year.
Yeah, it might be sooner.
Okay.
But we don't want to rush it. We want to take our time. Like I said before, the guys are still working their 9-to-5s, and I'm full-time. We've made some serious progress with the course content so far, and we've been building out the lab environment as well, which is really cool. So it's all coming together. But even if it was ready now, I would want to keep the date of January set anyway, to make sure that we're testing it. We're inviting our friends from the industry to test the product and test the course. We'll be opening it up to some of our Discord members, because we've got a Discord community. If you want to join the Discord, you just have to go to www.empiricaltraining.co.uk and then enter your email, and it redirects you to the Discord.
Okay.
So we've got, I think should I say how many we've got in the Discord?
You can.
We've got about 300 people in the Discord,
awesome. Yeah.
which is really cool.
Really great.
And there are like core people that are really interested in cybersecurity, really interested in breaking into the industry.
Okay.
And yeah, like the chat is very vibrant.
That's great.
And there's some people in there that keep the chat going every day, and we dip in and out most of the time when we can to chat to everybody. But yeah, we want to be very close to our community. And like I said before, give them the tools and the experience and the fundamental knowledge set that they need to be prepared to sit our course. We don't just want to create the course and then try and sell it to everybody, because that doesn't benefit us. Because if you sit the course but you weren't really ready to sit it, and then at the end of it you can't get a job, well then that doesn't reflect very well on us, and that doesn't sit with the core mission of trying to help people to break into the industry.
Yeah.
And we're not there for the quick cash grab. The guys have got unbelievable jobs. They make a serious amount of money. They don't need the money. I'm saying I don't need the money. I need some money. Everybody needs money to live. But right now it's not a quick cash grab. Yeah. It's remaining strong with our moral and our strong morals and strong mission statement, help people break into the industry and have some longevity. Like we were talking before, just try and scale the company, build it, and hopefully it could be something like Skillshare or Udemy, but for tech finance.
That's awesome, man. I wanted to ask you a question kind of based, because everything you're doing, no one's telling you what to do. You as a team, no one's saying, you've created a course for people, but no one's giving you a course for how to do what you're doing. You're creating something that doesn't exist. You're a creator, you're an entrepreneur, you're creating something. What is that process like for you, and how do you set yourself deadlines? How do you manage your work? How do you, how does it work for you? How do you know what goals you're trying to hit, and when you haven't, no one's telling you what to do? How do you kind of find that process? Because I think that's one of the most interesting things as, entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that's tricky, and that is an ongoing process. But we know what to include in the course purely from us working in the industry. So because we've worked at multiple companies and we've individually all been trained to be competent in a cybersecurity SOC analyst role, so we know the requirements that need to be included on the training. So that's not really an issue. But I think the advantage for us is having 4 of us and having 4 really bright individuals and challenging one another. Like this, it's not an echo chamber. It's not a dictatorship. It's not whatever I say goes or whatever Andrew or Vaughan or Josh says goes. It's, I might mention something or pitch an idea and then they'll say, "Ah, that's garbage." And I'm like, "Actually, yeah, it probably is. All right, we'll bin that off." So having the weekly meeting for us is paramount, because if we didn't, then there's no accountability. Everyone would just be doing whatever they want. We've obviously got the WhatsApp. So we've got the WhatsApp group. We have the weekly meeting. We've got our internal Discord as well, which is useful because we've got the brainstorm in there and segmenting different tasks out into different chats. Because if you only have a WhatsApp group and you're talking about everything in that WhatsApp group, then it's all just going to get lost, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's really important, is segmenting out different tasks for different channels in either Discord or, and then we've got the Trello, which is project management tool, as you know. So having that, and again, that applies a little bit of healthy pressure, which you need as a digital nomad / entrepreneur, hustling entrepreneur. Yeah. Yeah, you need that because otherwise you wouldn't get anything done.
Yeah.
But yeah, trying to find inspiration. I guess using the internet.
Yeah.
We get inspiration from that open source material, training material that we've already accumulated over the years.
Yeah.
Plus, like I said before, collectively, we've got, I think it's like 30 plus industry-wide certifications, cybersecurity related certifications. And they're the currency now. It's definitely, it's prestigious to have a university degree in cybersecurity, but it's very useful to have certifications. And people in the industry know that very well, and they utilize that. Because if you're at a company, that's normally one of the perks, is there'll be a training budget, you can sit certifications, and it's just a gamifying system, isn't it? It's like, right, get this one, and you move up and get this one. So we start off, do some cloud ones, got Microsoft certifications, you've got AWS, got Google Cloud, and then you've got like blue team focused ones, and like SANS is a huge like accredited certification in the industry. They're like probably one of the biggest like education companies for cybersecurity, and that's where I got my respect in the industry. Was I started in 2016, and in the summer 2017, my manager said, "I'm going to put you forward for a SANS certification." They are fucking solid.
Right.
They are solid. They are, for me, it was 6 months, Monday to Friday, revising every night, and then you sit the exam.
Yeah.
It is open book, but it's still very hard. It's very hard, and not everybody can pass the.
So what sort of stuff is that? Because I have no idea.
It's just it's just cyber security concepts, and it depends on the actual certification that you go for within the SANS library.
Okay.
Because there's loads, there's a ton, but mine was like continuous monitoring. It was a blue team cert essentially. So yeah, I just thought, right, I'm going to outwork everybody. I'm going to sacrifice loads. I didn't go out. I got a load of flack from my friends, but it was definitely worth it, because when I sat that certification, that exam, there were people that had way more experience than me, had a uni degree, and they couldn't pass the exam, and I passed it. So it just goes to show, if you just apply yourself, you sacrifice, you focus, you're regimented, and you don't let anything else distract you from your goal,
Mm.
you can achieve what you need to achieve. And then at that point, I got my SANS certification, and I got the respect that I needed in that company, because I turned up and I didn't really have any experience, and I could hear whispers of, why is he here? And I needed that.
Yeah.
And I'm competitive. I'm stubborn. I don't give up. And then I passed that and got the respect. Thank you. But yeah, even taking bits of what I've learned from like the SANS cert and all of the certifications that the guys have got over the years, we've compiled that into what we're going to be delivering. But this course is an entry level online course. It's not like super duper comprehensive, but it's going to give you enough experience and exposure to tooling and concepts and theoretical knowledge to be able to get you that first junior role.
Mm-hmm.
And the great thing about cybersecurity and the industry in general is it moves at such a fast pace. And I've had guys that I've employed over the last couple of years where they've taken a step back from their like sysadmin, like first line IT support role to try and break into the industry. Say they're making like, I don't know, 32K in an IT support role, and then they want to break into the industry. I said, right, you're going to have to take a pay cut, but things do move very quickly. I promise you. And they're like, all right, yeah, whatever. He's just giving us the normal spiel of the corporate industry, saying that we're going to get a pay rise and things like that. And then they come in, they get that junior role at, say, I don't know, like 22, 25K. And then in 6 months, I've already given them 2 promotions. And they're like, I can't believe this. This is amazing. One lad literally climbed the ranks, and he went from a level 1, because you got a junior level 1, sometimes you have 1.5 shift leads, level 2, and he's already a manager in like 2 years, because he spent a year and he got a certification every single month. So he gained like 12 plus certifications when some people that were working at the company didn't get any. So it just goes to show, if you work hard, you apply yourself, you volunteer for everything, and you're nice to people. We were talking about this. If you're nice, you have good intentions, you're working hard, you're putting yourself forward for everything, you're trying your best, you're going to do well in life. It's you can only go up from that point.
Where do you think that comes from you? Because you've mentioned it a couple of times, that if you just work hard, then the times when you got your certification, you just locked yourself away, and you were just like, well, I'm going to outwork everyone, I'm competitive. What's instilled that in you? Is that something you've learned? How can people apply that themselves as well?
I think it comes from my family, for sure. I come from like just a background of just hardworking people, like on my mum's side, on my dad's side, like my granddad's, just absolute grafters.
Yeah.
My one granddad had a farm who's still with us now, and he worked on that farm until he sold it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like just the most amazing person. He's my inspiration. Awesome. And he's just turned 90 as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. And yes, my other granddad, like super hardworking. My mum, my dad has been a mechanic for 50 years. And yeah, just a brilliant person, so clever. And the same, my mum, she's like super logical, hardworking. She likes things to be done precisely, which is where I get my like OCD tendencies from. And my dad is always like, you work hard, you get up in the morning, you always turn up on time, you always give your best, even till the last day that you're working at a place. Don't check out, give your all, because you never know when you're going to need another leg up. Because some people hand in the notice and they're like, all right, I can't be bothered anymore, I'm just going to do the bare minimum. But he's always just brought me up that way to be very hardworking and respectful, because you never know when you might need a helping hand.
Okay, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah.
And I think sport has helped me as well. Being in that team mentality and sharing the same goal, being competitive. I like to always keep myself in shape. Yes. I'm not the biggest of guys, clearly. That's why I can't really sit on that seat, because it looked weird. But I keep myself in all right shape. And I think that's the key as well, is being regimented, is getting up, going to the gym. It shows that you can turn up on time every single day. I'm like, me and you are very similar. I can wear the exact same clothes every day. I can eat the same food. I can turn up at the exact same time. I'm never late. I'm always respectful. I'm always hardworking. And I just feel like that comes from keeping yourself physically fit.
Yeah.
And then in your mind, you can also keep yourself mentally fit.
Yeah.
They go hand in hand, I feel.
You've mentioned this a couple of times, and it's not something I've really, obviously I understand about mental health, but I like how you call it mental fitness as well as physical fitness. Is that a concept you use for yourself? Is it something you've kind of developed with your girlfriend?
It's something that I haven't coined it. I haven't created it. I listened to it on a podcast somewhere.
Okay.
I forget who it was. I'll try and find out. But someone was talking about it. I just thought it was so interesting that you've got your physical fitness, but then you don't have to. It doesn't have to sound scary or sound like it's a bad thing, because a lot of people struggle with mental health issues. I've got friends, I've got family members, and I know how real it is. And again, we're talking about 2015 when I had to sell my business, and it took a bit of a dip, but everybody has mental health issues. But it's just mental fitness, and you have to be aware of it. You have to be conscious of it, and I think the more emotionally intelligent you can become, I think the more in tune with your mental fitness you can be.
So, like, taking that analogy, because I really like it, I just thought of something as you were speaking then, kind of that knock you had in 2015, it's almost equivalent to like you broke your ankle. So, because I mean, it wasn't necessarily, because I think this is really interesting, and it's getting me thinking. It's a really interesting way to kind of approach fitness and mental fitness, because you are right, a lot of people struggle with mental health. But you are right, everyone has it, and it is a fitness thing, because a lot of the times, and here's the thing, we are always in control of it, you know, and this is something that I've realized. I've definitely had dips, but it's always been myself doing the right things that's brought myself out of it. No pill, no one else can solve that for you. Same with your physical fitness and your weight. No one can force you to push hard in the gym. No one can force you to go for that run. You have to do it yourself. But then obviously, you know, if you break your ankle by a freak accident, then you're going to have to kind of, you know, build yourself up from there. And I kind of feel like, you know, the thing that happened with you, like that wasn't necessarily you not looking after yourself. We do have these, we are going to get injured. We are going to get these things that happen to us.
Yeah.
So yeah, just curious what you kind of think about that, and how you kind of using that model, you keep yourself mentally fit. And then I guess for other people as well, if something does happen, how do you rebuild your mental fitness? Like that's quite interesting to me.
Yeah, I think it's a process. It's taking each day as it comes. It's setting goals, setting your intentions for either the day or the week. I feel like everybody needs a purpose, and a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people are scared to even think about it themselves, because if they feel like they haven't got a purpose, then that can drive them to having potentially more mental health struggles. But the way that I break it down is, you don't have to have some like crazy philosophical purpose that you want to change the world and you want to like feed third world countries, which is great, but you don't have to dream that big. You can just say, well, I don't have to have a large purpose. Why don't I just have a purpose for the day, and then build from there? So it could be as simple as, well, I haven't been out for a walk today, so I'm going to have a walk. I was watching a Dapper Laughs podcast yesterday. He's got Kirk Norcross on the podcast, and Kirk's got a list of things that he tries to tick off every single day. And the first one's making your bed. You've achieved something. It's a goal. It's a small win. Those small wins, they build up, they compound into
Yeah.
something bigger. And you like when you're playing a game on like the PS5 or whatever, if you've achieved something, you get to the next level, you're like, yes. It's the same thing. Just set goals and just keep in mind that you've got a specific goal. If you've not got anything to strive for, then you're kind of just existing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you surviving or are you thriving? You need to always be thriving, but to do so, you need to have those small goals. So I don't really have a specific goal for the gym, but then my purpose is to just always be there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always in the gym, probably 5 times a week. And if I go any lower than that, then I start to feel a bit shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I was running, I still run now, but I don't run for competitions, but I used to run a lot of half marathons, a lot of 10Ks. I used to set times. So, right, I need to do a 40-minute 10K. And then the next one, right, I need to do better. Like I always need to beat my PB. And that's difficult when you're a bit older, because as you get older, I can't be always trying to beat my PB when I'm running, but then you just pivot.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, you don't have to have one purpose and that be the purpose forever. It can change.
Yeah.
Wake up one day and find another purpose.
Yeah.
Figure out something that you like and just pursue that. It can be changing your scenery as well. Like it could either be changing your job, changing your friendship circle. If there's people in there that are not bringing you the right energy or the right headspace, then just distance yourself from them. And I know that's easier said than done, because some people feel a little bit trapped either in their jobs or in their relationships or in their friendship circles. They feel like they can't do it, but you can. You've just got to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice and create a purpose. And it could be as small as you want it to be, but just always set goals and just try and live life and enjoy it and don't worry too much, which is something that I do from time to time, but like, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
You can't have a good day every single day.
No.
But you just have to be mindful that they're going to come and it will pass, and that there'll be a sunnier day on the other side.
That's awesome, man. I love the idea of you not being so grandiose with your purpose. It's not like waking up every day, and it's almost similar to like the Jordan Peterson thing, like you said. It's like tidy your room first.
Yeah.
That's your purpose. Before you try and tell someone else what to do, is your room tidy? Okay, well, if your room's not tidy, are you in a position to start telling people about how they should behave, about the environment and this? And right, let's build up and get there. You get there first. And like, it's this idea, I heard this a while ago and it stuck with me, is your purpose is in front of you. The purpose is the thing in front of you right now. Just acting purposefully to whatever is in front of you means that you have purpose. You can act with purpose. It doesn't have to be, well, this all out the way, I'm ignoring you because I've got this big purpose that I'm working on. It's, well, what's right in front of you? Act purposefully on that thing right now. And then over time, as you keep doing that, you end up having a life full of purpose because you've been purposeful with everything. It's like a verb. It's not, something that's outside and in the distance. And that's my purpose over there. It's like, it's right here, right now, act purposefully.
Yeah.
Then you have purpose.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. And the tricky part of this whole situation with trying to keep yourself mentally strong and physically strong is, for the most part, no one's telling you that you should be waking up and going to the gym, or you should be eating healthy, or you shouldn't be smashing 5 Mars bars in the evening, even though they are delicious. But just have half of one or one, try and just be disciplined. I think that's why I succeed in my fitness journey, is because I can be disciplined and I can turn up to the gym. No one has to tell me to turn up to the gym and to exercise and to eat healthy. I just want to do it because I know that it makes me feel great, and I get such a hit from being healthy. And I'm 33. The flex now, it has to be me being healthy.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's why I drink less.
Yeah.
And I exercise more, because I just know how good it is for me, and I'm addicted to that. I definitely have an addictive personality, and I'm so happy now that my addiction is is being
Directed
healthy in the gym
in a nice way.
because
Yeah.
it's been other things before, and that hasn't served me. So
Mate, congratulations. Look, I'm really excited to see how everything goes moving forward with yourself. It's a really
Thank you,
exciting
man.
project. And yeah, thank you for taking the time today as well.
amazing.
Where can people find you? Where can they find out more about everything you're getting up to? And how can they connect with you as well?
Yeah, it's just empirical training everywhere. So empirical training on Instagram, empirical training on TikTok, YouTube, and you can go to the website as well, which is www.empiricaltraining.co.uk.
Beautiful.
Get in the Discord.
Get in the Discord.
Get in the Discord.
I love it. Man, appreciate
Thank you, man.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, brother.
I don't know if someone was trying to break in, so
Yeah, it's all good. I
Yeah.
feel like that was
you
quite
smashed
a